huffed Henry. Goods arrive night and day at the docks. Sometimes Henry and the other engines work so hard that their axles ache. Sir Topham Hatt brought in a new engine to help with the heavy workload. He had long and had 10 dry wheels. He looked very strong. Shouted Salty. Called Harvey. Cried Thomas. Murdoch said quietly. Soon, Murdoch was coupled to a long line of heavy freight cars. His boilers strained, his wheels started to turn, and the mighty engine shuffled away. Murdoch longed for some peace and quiet, but everywhere he went, it was noisy and crowded. At the end of the day, Murdoch was looking forward to a good night's rest. But Salty and Harvey were full of questions. Huffed Harvey. The next morning, Murdoch collected another long, heavy train. This time, he traveled through this beautiful countryside. It was splendid. At last, he had some peace and quiet. Suddenly, his driver applied the brake. There were sheep on the tracks, said the driver. The driver and fireman tried to chase the sheep back. First this way, and then that way. They tried everything, but nothing worked, complained the fireman. Sighed the driver. Murdoch was very unhappy. The noisy sheep were spoiling his peace and quiet. Sir Topham Hatt was enjoying afternoon tea when he got the call. He exclaimed loudly. The sheep were becoming noisier and noisier, groaned Murdoch. Just then, Toby chuffed into view, exclaimed Murdoch. Before long, the farmer and his dog went to work, and the sheep were safely back in their field, and Murdoch was on his way again. That evening, Murdoch parked between Harvey and Salty, but Murdoch spoke first. He chuffed, said Harvey. Added Salty. Murdoch swallowed. The sound of ba work kept him awake, but a Salty story would send him happily to sleep.